All right, this week's Flow Knows, we're looking at Jimmy Crute versus Anthony Smith, UFC 261. An epic card if you watch the fights over the Anzac Day weekend here in Australia. Jimmy Crute was first event. Jimmy Crute v. Anthony Smith was the first event off the main card. And unfortunately for Jimmy Crute, it got stopped just prior to the second round after a pretty brutal suspected common peroneal nerve injury after an outside leg kick from Anthony Smith. So we'll roll the tape, have a look. As soon as Anthony Smith throws his leg kick, if you look at where the contact is, it's just above the knee joint line on the outside of Jimmy Crute's left leg, and it's kind of right in the spot where his common peroneal nerve is, and potentially a little bit behind as well to his tibial nerve. And if you look at the reaction from Jimmy Crute, almost suddenly he does not know where his leg is and falls straight to the ground. He actually did really well to finish out that round with some wrestling, some takedowns, and kept Anthony Smith down. But as the doctor assesses him prior to round 2, you can actually see, and we can kind of break this down a little bit more, the doctor's asking him to walk. And in this picture here, this is very typical for what we call a foot drop. And as he's trying to walk, you can see that he actually can't pick up his toes or his ankle. So this is why the suspicion or the likelihood of this injury is an injury to the actual nerve that supplies these muscles. So if we bring up the anatomy tool here, you can see that the common peroneal nerve sits right in that spot where he got kicked on the outside portion above his knee. And this nerve branches into two nerves, a deep peroneal or fibular nerve and a superficial peroneal nerve. Now, the superficial component supplies the outer muscles of the leg, which are your muscles that are actually responsible for everting the foot or stopping it from rolling in. Now, as you see Jimmy Crute walking, you can see that he pretty much rolls his ankle a couple of times because he can't actually evert his foot. And then also the deep peroneal nerve actually supplies the muscles that pick up your toes and also lift up your ankle. And you can see as he is walking, as the doctor's assessing him, that he can't pick up his toes. So the doctor calls the fight. And we've seen this a few times now with Henry Cejudo, Sugar Sean O'Malley, and now Jimmy Crute as well. So Dana White said in the presser that he thought that he blew his knee out. There's potentially some ligament damage there in those times when he couldn't actually control his knee or particularly his ankle. So we might suspect that there is some ligament damage as well as a result of the actual nerve injury. But very typical, this one, for a what looks like a common peroneal nerve injury. So I'll be interested to see how it comes out. We'll keep an eye on Jimmy Crute's pages. We wish him all the best. He's a beast. He's an Aussie. So we wish him a speedy recovery. So that's our breakdown.